Hey y'all, it's my review for Married to Medicine, episode 5. Now, first, this episode starts off with the husbands and not the main cast. And secondly, where is the opening theme song? Y'all know I like to get my life in the beginning of the review, like the dum dum dum, wop 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 wop. They just started off all wrong, just killing my vibe. And by the way, I'm still battling this cold, so if I sound like Jennifer Williams from Basketball Wives, I apologize. Anywho, so we opened this episode off from last week with the husbands, and Eugene is confronting Karan, Anila's husband, about the moving prank they did at the Halloween party. Karan apologizes to Eugene. Like, he says, I'm sorry if that, hurt your feelings, but I found it kind of funny. He could have left that part off, but Eugene is harping on that. He really got his feelings hurt, and I see why, because that housing situation is a soft spot for him. Like just the other day on Twitter, someone finally took the time out to post all of Eugene and Toya's houses side by side together. They've had 5 so far. They're on their 5th house because the 5th one is a rental, and their 6th one, which is supposed to be their forever home, is being built. So yeah, I would be a little sensitive about that, but it is kind of funny. Y'all on y'all 6th house. It looks like Eugene isn't accepting Karan's apology, and Karan is like, okay, well, I won't be funny. I'm gonna be the dullest MFer here. And Eugene is like, say MFer one more time. He called himself an MFer. Y'all know I can't curse in the beginning of the video. It's annoying and it's not Patreon. Karan ain't backing down, which I personally appreciate. And he's saying, it's not my fault you're being very sensitive about this situation. Everybody found it funny. We could have just moved on. I would love to know whose side y'all on. I would be on Eugene's side, but they are on their 6th house. It was a little joke about it. Is he supposed to slap Karan like Will Smith did Chris Rock? The other men, they don't really care. They just want to throw some axes. So Eugene passive aggressively accepts the apology and says, well, I just know I can't trust you. And here go Dr. Damon Daddy with the words of wisdom for the table. He's just so calm and even-keeled. Like, I believe someone tweeted that on Instagram. You notice women with like very boisterous personalities, their spouses are usually really low-key. Like with Nene and Greg. And I would say it applies to this situation too with Heavenly and Damon. He's just telling the guys about developing thick skin. He knows how evil his wife is and how all the women have come after her as well as him as collateral to, piss her off. So he's saying like, yeah, some of y'all's wives hurt my feelings, but I've had to develop thick skin, especially in this setting. Like, y'all know y'all all on a TV show. Shade is gonna be thrown. I feel like that all went over the husbands' heads, and it probably went over my head too. But I'm glad someone changed the topic and said, how about them axes? All right, so they're throwing axes, blah, blah, blah. Some people are hitting their targets. It looks really fun, but fast forward. Next scene, we get a little montage where all the ladies are doing, and now we're at Dr. Jackie's office, and Heavenly is meeting up with her to have lunch. It looks like Simone drops in to have lunch as well, but didn't know Heavenly was going to be there. I feel like we've all been in a situation where, our best friend is also friends with someone we can't stand. So they're cordial at the moment, but now they're talking about planning a trip for them or just inviting all the ladies to this trip. I'm assuming it's the Vegas trip at the end of the episode. Simone does bring up a good point that how is she going to plan a trip when she's not getting along with half the ladies right now? Oh, and plot twist. So Heavenly actually had a conversation with Toya in a flashback. She talked to Quad, and she says she texts Contessa. So Simone suggests Las Vegas, and hey, I love me some Las Vegas. I actually just booked the trip there because it's on sale. I'll be there in the beginning of September. Next scene, we're with Anila, and she's visiting her husband's job with her kids to bring him food, and also a 1.5 liters of bourbon, which she presents to him in front of the kids. I'm glad that we actually get to see what Dr. Karan does for a living. He does mostly ocular surgery. I hope I got that correct. And he also does some other elective surgery as well. And now that lockdown is over, his practice is almost back to where it was. So they're discussing their nanny situation, and Anila is saying how distressed and overwhelmed she is because her blogging has taken off, and then there's the kids, violins, like she's basically a housewife that blogs on the side. But hey, she wants to get another nanny. It's a trust factor, of course. But her suggestion to her husband is, how about getting her mom to be a nanny? In this situation, she would have to live with them. And the reaction that Dr. Karan has on his face. I mean, we've seen her mom last season, and her mom seems like a lot. So production then provides a flashback of how annoying Anila's mom is. And side note, Anila's husband's in this flashback, and he didn't have facial hair. That is why he looks better. He looks so much better with facial hair. Karan, keep the facial hair. Keep it. Anyway, he doesn't seem too fond of the idea, but Anila's like, just try it for 2 weeks. And it looks like he's gonna begrudgingly agree to this. So I see why she brought the bourbon now. Next scene, we're with Contessa, and her trainer is coming over to visit to go over her meal plan with her. This is a very strict diet, and I gotta say, when I had my trainer, like the only reason I had abs is because I gave up fried food for a month, dropped my alcohol intake to maybe like 1 to 2 drinks a week, no sweets, and only water and Powerade. Like no soft drinks, no sweet tea. I was miserable, but I looked great. I am not doing that again for a while. I'm sorry. Do y'all notice they have some real chemistry between them? Am I the only one? Side note, why does Contessa keep trying to orchestrate her kids coming down while the trainer is touching on her? Like, stop trying to confuse those kids. Next scene, we're at Heavenly's place. She has a beautiful house, but it looks like it's in the middle of nowhere and surrounded by trees, like in the middle of a forest. Anyway, she's being visited by the new friend of the show, Audrey. So she's a real estate attorney, and her husband is a dentist like Heavenly. We also find out that she's going on the Vegas trip too. I like her so far. I think she's a great addition to the show. Uh-oh, she got a confessional too? Damn, like why the hell is Kara on the show then? Carrie? Like, she still hasn't spoken a damn word, and we don't see her in the confessional. So Audrey's asking Heavenly about the intervention the ladies had with her, and Heavenly is giving her side of the story. And like I said in the last review, she's more mad at Contessa for doing this with the people she don't get along with. It's just odd to me that Heavenly, of all people, is trying to play victim. They're talking about the Vegas trip, and Heavenly is saying hopefully she can resolve her beef with Contessa. We also get a little foreshadowing about a fight, and Heavenly saying she never got her ass whooped. I did hear that Heavenly got into an altercation with somebody, and she may have gotten her ass whooped. I mean, when you got a mouth like Heavenly or Candace, for example, you gotta be ready to fight, or at least know how to fight. Next scene, we get a little montage of all the ladies in their big-ass houses packing for the Vegas trip. So now all the ladies are meeting at the airport, and we find out that Dr. Jackie is officially the host of this Vegas trip. So far, it's just Jackie, Simone, and Heavenly. And Jackie lets Heavenly know that there's only 7 rooms, so 2 people are going to have to split a room. Now, Jackie's in a hard spot because she's equally friends with Simone and Heavenly, 2 friends that don't like each other. And now she's deciding who she wants to be in her room. And she makes the excuse for Heavenly that, oh, well, you're battling menopause right now. I know you need your room real cold, so I'm going to have Simone just stay with me. Heavenly peeps game and says she knows that Jackie has to appease the Simone because Simone is more sensitive. Toya then shows up, and I'm sorry, I mean, you can wear all the labels you want. She's still tacky Toya. So all the ladies are there with the exception of Contessa. I'm not sure why they think she's not gonna go. We see Kari coming up with no speaking role or no confessional. I know she feels so played watching this. Just mic'd up for no reason. Ha! I love how Heavenly pointed out that Simone got a stylist now. She looking cute. Look who talking, Heavenly. Now, she is right, though. I do think Simone got a stylist, and I also think Heavenly got a stylist. Simone saying she dressed herself. Girl. So the ladies all arrive in Vegas. They are all excited, and they are ready to drink. Not Toya trying to criticize what someone else is wearing, okay? Them in leotards look better than what you're wearing in this, like, Fendi mess you got going on. Yep, so this is definitely a Jackie hosted event. So as they're on this van, the ladies are asking, where's the alcohol? She's like, I got water for every one of you. Jackie don't even drink. Yeah, the new girl, Audrey, she's fitting in perfectly. I hope they add her next season as full-time. Or maybe she is full-time this season. The ladies are so excited to be in Vegas. I'm wondering, is this like their first time flying in a long time, due to COVID? Well, okay, so they arrive at the hotel and they go into Jackie's presidential suite, and it looks amazing. One day, I'm gonna get me a presidential suite somewhere. I'm gonna get it for myself, or my sugar daddy will get it for me. I'm just kidding. So as they're in Jackie's huge presidential suite, Heavenly starts connecting the dots, and she's like, hold on, wait a minute. This is where y'all stand? And they got two completely separate rooms. Like, the way Jackie presented it to Heavenly was they were just gonna have a regular hotel room, like, just two beds in the same room. Heavenly feels played. She's like, oh no, I'm staying in here. Simone is just laughing because she knew what Jackie was doing. Now, Heavenly isn't mad, but she's definitely letting Jackie know, I see you, Heifer. I see you. Heavenly tries her best to bargain with Simone to let her stay in a presidential suite, but Simone is like, we don't even get along good enough for that. They're still frenemies at the end of the day. They're just being cordial for the sake of Jackie. All ladies are having lunch at the table right now. I am really impressed with the accommodations. Like, they are really doing Vegas right. Oh, Lord, here we go. Another reality trope. Let's all play Never Have I Ever. How old are y'all? Producers probably telling them, okay, we need some more footage. Let's play a game of some sort, something scandalous, something that can create drama. Contessa's starting already. She's saying, well, I don't know, I'm down to play, but a lot of people at this table ain't gonna tell the truth. The shade is thick with Contessa. She's saying some of the people at the table aren't transparent. They'll say whatever they gotta say. I'm gonna need her to sit back and eat her food. Contessa's doing the most right now. I swear maybe 1 or 2 seasons ago when her job was in danger, like, she definitely turned the volume up and it has never went down since. And of course, knowing Contessa, I'm sure this shade is directed at Heavenly. So as they're playing the game, I think it's Jackie's turn, and Jackie don't drink, so I'm guessing she's like drinking water or something. Toya has a problem with that. She's like, well, why Jackie not drinking? And then Audrey stands up for Jackie saying, if she can't drink, she can't drink. Who cares? And then Toya has the nerve to say, why are we always making special privileges for you? That was so snarky. Audrey then again tells Toya she's choosing not to drink. Toya then tells her, I'm sorry, you're not a good attorney. Wow, like you just met her. Now see, when she come for you, Toya, I'm not gonna be on your side. But anyway, Audrey's like, yes I am, yes I am. They are very close to each other. I can already tell from this petty moment that a feud is brewing. They going back and forth now, but they eventually get back to this cheesy ass game. Here go the basic questions. Never have I ever had a threesome. Not sure if I care about these ladies' sex lives. I may have to fast forward. Now, Quad, never have I ever had bad credit. We know who that's targeted. So they're talking about sexting now. I'm not sure how sexting is in straight world, but gay world, it's a necessity. It's almost like showing me the Carfax. Like, what am I getting myself into? It's necessary. Dick pics? No thank you. No thank you. It does nothing for me. Just saying. They talking about vagina pics now, and Jackie, like, she's the queen of getting vagina pics, ironically. I mean, Jackie should get vagina pics, but never mind. I'm not even gonna go there. So then the lunch ends with everybody being cordial. There was no real fights or drama, and Jackie puts everyone out. And that is where the episode ends. I didn't mind this episode. I'm really excited for the next one. The ladies have been delivering since episode 3. I've been enjoying this season so far. Y'all let me know as well. Do y'all like the new girl? I like her. I'm also excited about her going at it with Toya too. Anyway, y'all, I gotta get the Real Housewives of Dubai. I am so behind on that one. Anyway, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all for the next episode. Bye.